When we did the 10-step methodology, we had 3 steps in there that were presentation, practice, and production. Now, we're going to take those 3 steps and we're going to modify it. We're going to use it in a way that it will be about multiple lessons and will make it very effective for the kids or the students to remember what we teach them. So, essentially, that presentation is the part where we teach a word. The practice is basically the same practice, and then the production is a part where we test the students. Think about it this way. PPP is something that happens in one lesson, but TPT is something we're going to spread over many lessons. Now, TPT is a more comprehensive way to do PPP. Sometimes some teachers think, okay, I teach the word in one lesson and the student has to get it. But it does not work like that. It doesn't work that way. For students, repetition is really important. And I don't just mean repetition in one lesson. Obviously, there are some lessons that you will teach and they will get it. You teach boy, you teach dog, in some lessons, very easy. But what happens when you start to teach the very comprehensive and very difficult stuff? That means you have to find a way to make them remember. And that way is by doing it repeatedly over many lessons. You remember we talked about the 10-step methodology, and there was a section that's review. So, in this particular aspect of your 10-step methodology, you're going to fix in your T, your teach. For instance, in that last lesson, we learned fish. Then I come back in today's lesson and I'm trying to review and they don't get it. They don't understand. They forgot what fish is. I'm going to do a little bit of teaching in there to revisit what fish is. Then I'm going to practice what fish is. Then I'm going to have test them again in that lesson. So essentially, this is where your TPT comes. Now, when you are reviewing, you're trying to review and you try to practice and you realize they got it, you don't need to do teach again. You can still skip teach and then you practice and you test them. And then you move on to the next one or to your lesson. TPT should not be done only by the subject teacher. PPP, it's done only by the subject teacher. Presentation, practice, production, that's just you in one lesson. But TPT can extend to the homeroom teacher and the parents. So the practice and the test aspect of your TPT, you can assign that to the classroom teacher. And what that means is that when you have taught fish and you're gone, they have a set of flashcards in the classroom that at least in one day, only once they can review with the child. The whole idea behind TPT is that the child doesn't learn something once, that the child continues to learn the thing over and over and over again. TPT should have an allocation in almost every lesson besides your PPP. And we have talked about it, that TPT lives in your review segment. So, review time, you do your TPT for all the things you've taught already before you go on to do your PPP for today's lesson. Teach, practice, test means you have to teach something until they get it over a series of lessons. You have to practice something until you realize they've got it over a series of lessons. You have to test something until you realize they've got it over a series of lessons. So what I do personally in my lessons is that when I teach something today and they don't get it, that's okay. We go home and then we come the next day because I'm going to do it again, guaranteed, in my review section. I'm going to review, I'm going to teach all the things we've done for the past 2 or 3 weeks in today's lesson. It's not going to be time consuming as your PPP. It's going to be quick, but then guaranteed it's going to be there. You're going to repeat it. You're going to say it again today. And as time goes on, the kids begin to latch onto it. It's very important, especially when you're teaching young learners. TPT lessons, just like I said, can be piled up to a month's worth of content. So for instance, this week we did apples, we did fruits. Last week we did colors. 2 weeks ago we did shapes. Guess what? Today, when I'm going to teach today's lesson, fruits, I will first bring out my colors flashcards, and then I'll bring out my shapes flashcards. And then I'll ask quickly, okay, what color is this? 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 We're going to repeat it. If they don't get one thing, I'm going to say, this is blue, 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 and then we say it all over again. Then I put colors down. Then I'm going to bring out shapes. Okay, what shape is this? If they get it, I move on. What shape is this? If they get it, I move on. What shape is this? If they don't get it, I'm going to say it all over again. Circle, 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 circle. Let's say it. Circle. Very good again. Circle. And we're going to do that again. That is what I do over a whole month. This way, it is guaranteed that every day they're repeating it. Every day they're repeating it. And eventually they're going to get it. Now, also, we are saying that make resources such as flashcards and pronunciation videos available to homeroom teachers and to parents so that they can participate in the TPT process. TPT should not just be you, the subject teacher, or even if it's you, the homeroom teacher. Everybody has to join in to do TPT. It's an effective way to guarantee that the children learn something and they remember and can reproduce it. Finally, set up a way to monitor parents' involvement. Because, and even the homeroom teacher, if you don't do this, you're not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that they're following you. This makes your work easy because they all help. But then you have to find a way to know that they are actually doing it. Talk to your school. Let this be a part of the class teacher schedule, a part where they review words with the student. Maybe 10 a.m. to 10:10. The class teacher has to review everything that the English teacher has taught this week or this month. Let it be a part of it. For example, if it's parents have to send review videos to the class group. Monitor your TPT. It's going to go a long way to help you.